He was the king of pop, a global icon, a man who sold out stadiums, broke every chart record, and changed music forever, starting at just 9 years old. But here's the shocking part. When Michael Jackson died in 2009, he wasn't the billionaire superstar many imagined. In fact, Wacko Jacko left this world $11.2 million in debt. Yes, the man who moonwalked across the globe died broke, with debts that could have sunk his legacy forever.
That is so stupid. That's the most ridiculous, horrifying story I've ever heard. It's crazy. I mean, why? Number one, it's my face as a child in the commercial. Me when I was little. Why would I want a white child to play me? I'm a black American. I'm proud to be a black American. I am proud of my race. I am proud of who I am. I have a lot of pride in who I am and dignity. That's like you wanting an Oriental person to play you as a child. Does that make sense? No.
This is Review Daddy, where we decode the mysteries behind every headline and trend. To our returning subscribers, thanks for stopping by again. Now, let's deep dive into how Michael Jackson lost it all and how, unbelievably, his empire made it all back after he was gone. Michael Jackson's journey to wealth began early. As the lead singer of the Jackson 5, he was already a millionaire before most kids his age finished high school. His solo career skyrocketed in the 1980s and 1990s, bringing in hundreds of millions from record sales, tours, and endorsements.
Yeah, we weren't wealthy, but we weren't poor. My father always prepared for the family, and as well as my mother. Always wonderful. And that's very
But with great income came an even greater lifestyle. Jackson purchased the famous Neverland Ranch, a sprawling 2,700-acre estate, complete with amusement park rides, a zoo, and dozens of staff members on payroll. He also spent lavishly on rare art, antiques, designer clothes, and constant legal battles from lawsuits. By the 2000s, his once unstoppable album sales began to slow, and several planned tours were canceled due to health and legal issues. Despite his assets, Jackson began borrowing heavily from banks and private lenders to maintain his lifestyle.
With our coverage of the event, here comes the casket with Michael Jackson's body inside. Michael Jackson being taken from Forest Hills to the hearse on his way into downtown Los Angeles.
When he passed away in 2009, he was facing $400 million in total debt, including over $11.2 million in personal liabilities. A shocking reality for a man once called the king of pop.
I protected Michael. You see, when I had a meeting at the house with AG officials, and they pointed to Michael, the guy who could not pay me for months after taking care of him. And they said that he could not pay for the popsicle his daughters were using, the toilet paper that they were using to wipe their private areas, that he was penniless.
By the mid-2000s, Michael Jackson's finances were in freefall. Lawsuits, declining album sales, and extravagant spending had eaten away at the fortune he built since childhood. Then came the big plan, the This Is It tour.
This is it. I mean, this is really it. This is the final curtain call. Okay? And I'll see you in July.
Announced in March 2009, it was billed as his grand comeback. 50 sold-out shows at London's O2 Arena, with over 1 million tickets sold in just hours. The tour was projected to earn him hundreds of millions, enough to pay off his massive debts and restore his financial empire.
When you first meet Michael Jackson, you're in awe.
His hugs were the deepest and the most sincere, heartfelt hugs.
Michael threw himself into intense rehearsals, night after night perfecting choreography, vocals, and staging. Fans saw glimpses of the magic returning, But behind the scenes, he was physically and emotionally drained. Pressures from promoters, health issues, and the weight of his financial situation took a toll. Tragically, on June 25th, 2009, just weeks before the first show, Michael Jackson died of acute propofol intoxication. His death stopped the comeback cold, but his legacy didn't die with him. In fact, in the years following his death, Michael Jackson's estate generated over $2 billion through re-releases, Cirque du Soleil shows, film projects like This Is It, and licensing deals. Ironically, death made him richer than he had been in decades. Ironically, in death, he earned what he couldn't in his final years. His estate exploded in value. Posthumous album re-releases, Cirque du Soleil shows, film rights, and licensing deals generated over $2 billion. He made the money back, but too late for him to enjoy it. It's a bittersweet lesson. Sometimes the legend earns more than the man. And speaking of protecting your legacy, or at least your personal data, Jackson's story is also a reminder of how, in life and death, your private world can be picked apart for profit. Every secret, every file, every piece of data, someone out there is willing to dig for it. That's why protecting yourself matters. With NORDVPN, you control who gets access to your digital backstage. Stay private, stay protected. Watch the next video now.